What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Onney, the CEO, and I'm back another week, another fire segment, and you know I keep those outside the box clients coming. So I need you guys to buckle up your seatbelts because you're now plugged in, tuned in, tapped in to Outside the Box. Now, this week's segment is a little bit different. I have I would say, young man who's definitely living outside the box. There's so many layers to him, and I can't wait to introduce him. So without further ado, you guys give it up for Mr. Terrence Wright.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Man, I appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah.
I was looking over your in-depth resume, and you have done so many things. So for those that don't know who you are, can you tell us who you are and what are some of the things that you do?
Well, my name's Terrence Wright. Originally born in Kansas, but I don't know much about Kansas. So I was actually raised here in Houston since 6. Traveled around a little bit, did Marines, but I did headquarters company. So that just means I basically drove around while the CEOs talked on radios.
Oh, okay.
But even then, I'm a Southern boy, so I like Houston. I came back to Houston. And ever since then, I just been here working on my craft. I enjoy fitness. Doing oil and gas was kind of my corporate job, and that was kind of was paying the bills for the longest. But I just had a moment in my life where God told me that wasn't a place for me.
Now, speaking of that, what did that transition look like for you when you decided to give up corporate America?
Well, so even kind of before the pandemic, I had been at a company for about 5 or 6 years, and from that time, it was a great job, but it was out in Deer Park, and sometimes it'd be a 2-hour, 4-hour commute, and I mean, it was to the point where there was a couple times driving home, and thank God I didn't hurt nobody or myself, but I messed up a car or two, just falling asleep at the wheel, and it wasn't good for my time at that. I was working long hours. And then with oil and gas, it's hey, come work on the weekend. You can't train, you can't act. You don't really have anything other than a nice job and a fat wad of cash that you can't really appreciate because you're too sleepy and too tired to do anything
else after that.
Yeah,
Trust me, I understand. Speaking of fitness, now you said that that's something that you're passionate about. When did you? Let's talk about Fitness Max 24/7.
Okay.
So is that a gym you have or a movement?
Fitness Max 24/7 is me as a trainer. So at times I worked with professional boxers, so I'm in a boxing gym. I have other clients that are out of state, so I work with them virtually through an app where they're able to log in and see, sometimes it's videos of me, but go through different videos and feel still like they're getting that personal training, even if it's virtual.
And the pandemic really made remote training come alive.
Oh yeah.
So it's still ongoing. As a matter of fact, we have a quick video of you training right now. Let's check it out. Now, for those that want to go to your website to sign up for your program, what's the name of your website?
It's fitnessmax.com. So easy to find me, FitnessMax. Same thing on Instagram or any other platform, FitnessMax247.
I love it. I love it. Now, tell me about Fit Body Cryo and Rejuvenation.
Okay, so being in the fitness industry, you meet a lot of people, and the major thing that I keep coming across is ailments from sore back or even diabetes, which the majority of people's ailments actually stem from inflammation. And being able to get rid of inflammation in the body helps us on so many different levels. So that's kind of where the cryo and rejuvenation comes in. With cryo, it's a service where you can come in within a matter of 5 minutes. You'll sit in a cold chamber, and that's going to drop down to -5 degrees. And what that does, it opens up your blood vessels. So if you have different ailments with your immune system or psoriasis, it's going to get that better circulation. With better circulation, increased immune system. So then you also have a sense of awakeness and alertness. So there's a lot of other benefits that aren't just physically, is this going to help me cure this thing, but it's also a mental aspect to it.
I could imagine, because when you said -5 degrees,
Yes.
I would definitely have to be mentally prepared for that. I'm always cold.
It's definitely something that's it's a little rough.
Yeah.
But it's only 3 minutes.
Okay.
So in 3 minutes, you can hop back out, you put the slippers on, you put your house coat on, and you thaw back out. But I mean, it's invigorating. So
you say you
but you
thaw
have to
out.
think about it like this. Yeah. Even multi-million-dollar athletes still go sit in a $20 bag of ice and water. And that's to get rid of that inflammation. So, at the end of the day, if you feel good, you're going to do a whole lot more.
I might have to try that out myself. Now, let's segue into your acting career, because like I said, there's so many layers to you. Now, you're also an actor. When did you get into acting?
It started modeling. It wasn't necessarily acting. So back even like in high school, I would do like academy, sports and outdoors, print ads. And every once in a while it would be, a video or a commercial, but you never really had to say much. It was, kind of ad lib. So I've always kind of done that on the side. But, as you get older and, you get bills and you get responsibilities and stuff, and, your time is just short, you just don't have time to do it like that. So I stopped doing it for the longest. And I didn't do any acting for almost 4 or 5 years while I was in oil and gas. So with that, there is no auditioning and taking off work. But one day I was just asking God, I need time and the ability to do all these different things, and He laid me off. So.
Sometimes our blessings don't come how we expected.
Right.
And sometimes we think it's a loss or a lesson, but it's a blessing.
It sure was a blessing.
Yeah, because it opened up so many more doors for you to think outside the box.
Right.
And here you are on Outside the Box.
Absolutely.
Speaking of that, I have a clip from, how you say that? Anna? Say it for me.
Anonymity.
Anonymity. Let's check that out.
I have no doubt about that, Benjamin. However, Gene here, he ain't going home with you. Not tonight. You got 7 days to deliver me someone to replace that life you took. I'll do the rest once you deliver them. If you don't, I'm gonna kill everything you love.
Okay, I see you. I see you with the skills. Now, there's also another, few more movies, well, a whole lot of more movies that you've been in.
Hopefully, thank Lord.
Yeah. So, The Ring Widow. Tell me about that.
So The Ring Widow, just finished that recently, and that's a young lady who feels some type of way about guys who are married. And through the course of that, she goes and she takes care of a few guys who ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Okay. So good movie. Gotta check that out. Denise Monet.
Shout out to Denise Monet.
So good movie, good thriller, good twist in there. So if you haven't seen it, that should be out on Tubi.
Okay.
a lot of great films from Houston are going to be on there too.
Oh man, Houston is really like blowing up we like the new Hollywood.
It really is.
Yeah,
so.
really. Now, Frankie, that's another movie that you're in as well.
Yes, Frankie.
Is that out already?
Frankie just came out. That dropped the other day.
Okay.
Kind of like a holiday horror for Halloween, and that one's kind of like Jason. So we're out in the woods, cabin out there in the middle of nowhere. You know, where we ain't supposed to be. You know, as black folks, we don't like to stay out in the woods too often. So, you know, when we went out to the woods and, you know, it ain't go right.
Okay, yeah. Sound like something I want to watch. Now, I wanted to ask you, who are some of the producers or filmmakers that you've had the opportunity to work with in your tenure of acting? Because I went to your IMDb page, and there's a long list of things you've been able to participate in, and first of all, congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So, who are some of the people that you had the opportunity to work closely with in Houston?
Well, my guy Shannon Washington, Push 24 Media. This year they've pushed out so many films. It's crazy, from The Bricks. You can all check them out on Tubi, and like 15 films. I want to say it'll be close to 15 films by the end of the year. They had the web series Be Someone, which was very popular. They're bringing that back also.
Okay, you was also in that web series, correct?
Absolutely, right.
Okay.
Mr. Big. So.
I did my homework.
So, I mean, it's a lot of opportunity. These guys are putting out some great stuff. So, I mean, I'm optimistic, and I'm looking forward to working with these guys again.
Now, let's circle back, because you said you started in modeling and it transitioned into the acting career, but you are still modeling because the camera seems to really love you a lot. So, tell us about the Crave magazine shoot.
Wow. So, got an opportunity to go out there and do a magazine. And, I mean, from the setup, William over at Crave, I mean, great guy. He does all kind of different, from fitness wear to fashion, and it was just a great time. And it was one of those things where you can just kind of be yourself and just hang, but you know, you're working.
I love it. Now, before we move on to anything else, I have to first acknowledge, I love that piece you have on your neck. Is that one of your own custom pieces?
That is. This is a piece, has the Lord's Prayer on it.
Oh.
So I've had this piece for a while. It is really durable. I mean, I wear it with all kind of stuff. Wear it in the gym. The same with the bracelet.
Is that made out of a hematite?
Yes, the bracelet is, and then it has the crown on there for my kings and my queens.
I love it. Now, the name of that company is King's Reserve. Let me not skip over that. And you have some awesome pieces on your website as well. So if anybody out there is listening and watching, you want to be able to rock you some nice custom pieces, make sure you go to King's Reserve and cop that. Tell them Onney the CEO sent you.
Oh yeah, the holidays is coming up.
I'm telling you.
Hey, if you get it now, it'll be right there on time.
Yeah, are you running any Black Friday special?
You know I will.
Okay, you know.
Hey, I'm gonna put Outside the Box as the code. 20% off.
Come on now, there you go. So y'all make sure y'all put y'all orders in, because the holidays are right around the corner. All right, now, how do you juggle everything you do, from the boxing training to the to King's Reserve to modeling, acting? Like, you are really living outside the box. How do you compartmentalize all of that?
First and foremost, a lot of prayer. The Lord, I mean, if I didn't have the faith that I had and know that He has my back, I couldn't do any of it. But a lot of it is just planning my day out, you know, getting that calendar out and plugging those things into my calendar, and in the calendar also schedule my time. So not just, you know, winging it and hopefully I can get some me time in there. I'm gonna put it on my calendar. So
self-care is so important.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're multitasking.
So, and then the stuff I can't take care of, I try to, you know, using applications like Fiverr where you know you can get somebody else to do some posting for you or stuff like that. So if I don't have to do it and you know it works out better, I'll definitely divvy that you know to somebody else.
Delegation rules the nation.
There you go.
So I know you said that you transitioned from corporate America and you engulfed yourself in the things that you were passionate about. And your aha moment kind of came when you realized that there was no time to live life. You almost was like programmed, you know, because you're just moving. At that point, you're just merely existing. You're not
treading
really,
water.
Man, listen. So when you jumped out there and took that leap and realized that it was actually better on the other side, what was your aha moment to say, this was exactly what needed to happen?
Honestly, when it first happened, I didn't feel like that.
Oh, we never do.
Right. But it didn't take long. It was really at the point where, okay, I'm laid off, you know, let me get my resume back together. And in putting my resume together, I really just felt something in me that I didn't need to mess with it anymore. In order to actually start doing all the things that I had asked the Lord to give me time for, it didn't involve working for somebody else.
Now, we tend to always talk about the highs of being independent entrepreneurs.
Oh,
Had you went through any lows that probably would have discouraged the average person?
I mean, I still go through stuff.
Don't we all?
So, I mean, even in the midst of, you know, being on set and making T-shirts or all those things, I still have times where, you know, I won't say I stress or I worry, but I concern myself with things and how they're going. But at the end of the day, I've accepted all that I have in front of me. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, I accept it and I take it for its training. The good things are training for the things I don't have yet. The good, you know, and when I get the good things, it's just forward for the things that I've already done.
I love that. I love that. Now, what were some of the lessons that you learned in your journey in being your own entrepreneur that you wish you would have known when you first jumped out?
Stop waiting on people.
Man,
I mean, so many times, you know, you have these conversations and they hype, they in it, and then when it comes time to do action, I'm just like crickets.
Yeah.
I'm looking around, I'm like, all right.
One of the lines that people always use is, "Call me if you need me," until you call them.
Right,
you know.
right.
Then they have excuses. So sometimes you're a one-man band out there making it happen. So do you have a support team around you right now, and did you have one when you started?
My mom's always been my rock. But just having, you know, people who are happy to see you when they see you makes a huge difference. And I really kind of made my circle a lot smaller. So there's not a whole lot of people I call friends. There's a bunch of associates, but you know, generally surrounding myself with people who I want to be successful and vice versa. So,
want to see you
know, it's that really having that just group of folks that we all want each other to succeed and we all network. So there ain't no hindering, there ain't no hiding, there ain't no
competition.
There ain't no competition when we all working together.
I love that. I love that. Now, if there was something that you could have done differently in your journey, what would it have been?
Oh, wow. I would have started so much earlier.
That's what I always say. I would have started sooner because you don't know until you try it. And I'm hoping that someone that's watching this show tonight can see that we're not too old to chase our dreams.
Never that.
It's not too late. As long as you wake up, you're still breathing,
all you
can
gotta
manifest.
Do is have the desire.
The desire.
Have a desire, and the negative people, if you got that around you, separate yourself, because they will hold you down and make that journey harder. But if you can see through it and just have that desire, don't listen to those outside forces. If they ain't trying to help you, it don't
They
listen.
hindering you.
That's it.
You either in the way or you
And,
on the team.
You know, and I still see you when I'm on the top. I just can't take you with me.
Hey, you can still eat, just not at my table. Yeah. So
Yeah.
speaking of that, a lot of times it's disheartening because on our journey, we so badly want to take the people that we know and love with us.
Right.
And then
right.
we learn that the people that actually come with us on our journey are unfamiliar faces. They're
I
not
say that
family.
all the time.
They're not friends. Because sometimes the people that we know and love, they can't see past the perception of what
they already know you to be.
What they already know you to be. And so when you go and you try to think big with these people, they're like, girl or guy, I don't know if you should do that, or I don't know if it's possible. And they can kind of be light dimmers. So have you had that happen to where you had to kind of like keep your manifestations private?
Maybe not necessarily where I had that confrontation with somebody trying to necessarily hold me back, but during this time where like this last year where I'm going through this journey, I really feel like I've kind of kept a lot of those things to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's and just recently do I start to share like, you know, my auditions or I'm on set. But last year I didn't share anything.
Mm-hmm.
I kept it all to myself. I was kind of just, you know, the people who knew me.
Mm-hmm.
If you see me, it's because, you know, you're in the places where I'm at. But outside of that, you know, I kept it to myself. And it's not necessarily for anybody else. It's just for my own peace.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for me to be able to just really focus and hone my skill and not have all these outside influences, you know, trying to push me in this direction or that direction. And a lot of times I don't think it's even something intentional. It's just, you know, people want your time.
They do. And a lot of times if they know you for one thing, they kind of disregard that you have 4 or 5 other things
A,
that
B,
you do.
C, D, E, F, and G. Right.
Right. And so your time, and the older you get and the more in tune you get with yourself, the more you value your own time as well. And so you have to kind of like compartmentalize even your friendships.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes they don't really understand the vision until they actually see the vision and they're like, oh, okay.
I knew you could do it.
Yeah, I know you can do it. It might be a little late, but we appreciate it anyway.
I appreciate it nonetheless.
Yeah,
Right.
because I still, hey, I made it. And if you can see me do it, then maybe you could be inspired to do something as well. So
Absolutely.
that's super dope. Now, tell us where we can find you if we want to keep up with you. You have your own Instagram, Terrence Wright. Terrence _ Wright 1.
Terrence _ Wright #1.
Yes.
So that's Instagram. I mean, if you're in Houston, you can come find me in Houston. But Instagram, Facebook, and then I have Fitness Max 24/7 on my Instagram as well.
We have that. And then you also have for the King's Reserve, we have the Instagram for that as well. So they can go and check out the merch as well as click the links in the bio so that you can make a purchase there as well. And you also have a YouTube channel for those that want to check out some of your content. So you guys go on over to Fitness Max 24/7 YouTube, hit that subscribe button, click that bell notification so you can be notified when when he drops some more content. Because I like the content that's already up there. I checked it out. I had to put it on the show.
I appreciate it.
And for those that aren't too savvy, you can always find him on Linktree, where he have links to everything from his IMBD Pro to Actors Access, everything. You can even catch his reels. You can catch some of his modeling. I went through the whole thing and checked out everything, tried to pull all I could from it. Yeah, so I enjoyed you, and I want to thank you for just come and sit with me. Let me get all in your business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anytime. I mean, I would love to come back, and I'm gonna for sure tell all my friends about you. I love your show, your setup, you know, your vibe.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
your vibe is cool too. I'm like, I'm gonna have to have you back. Maybe we can go on set. I can come check you out while you in action.
Hey, I'm bring something to drink.
Okay. I'll definitely have some of those Swan Isle juices for you.
I hear you. There you go.
As a matter of fact, this segment is powered by Swan Isle Sea Moss and Beverages. Make sure you get that. Order you some elderberry because you know it's flu season and we got to keep that up. And I want to thank you again, and I want to thank all our viewers and all our watchers for tuning in. Make sure you follow Terrence Wright. He's doing amazing things. He's living outside the box. He's an amazing actor, amazing trainer, and he has some beautiful custom jewelry. Make sure you check out his Black Friday special, because I'm going to hold him to that, and use the code outside the box to get your discount. And we'll be seeing you at the same time, same place next week. Is there anything you want to say to the crowd before you leave?
Hey, thank you. Be safe. Stay healthy.
All right. You guys have a happy holiday season. I'm your girl, Onney the CEO. You're now plugged in, tuned in, tapped in to Outside the Box.